A line at the gas station wraps around the block. Hospitals are understaffed. Teachers are quitting mid-semester. And state leaders, they're begging Washington for emergency lifelines just to keep the lights on. Across America, cracks in the system are turning into full-blown crises. In some places, it'll take just one storm to wreck the entire budget. In others, it's jobs vanishing, debt piling up, or crime boiling over. And through it all, one question keeps echoing. How close are we to the edge? Because these 10 US states, they're hanging by a thread. And if that thread snaps, it won't just be headlines. It'll hit home. Number 1, Alaska. Alaska, vast, rugged, stunning, but also in crisis. For decades, Alaska thrived on oil. Now, prices are unstable, production is down, and the state's revenue is vanishing. The famous oil dividends are shrinking. State budgets are collapsing. Schools, healthcare, and public services are all being cut. Climate change is pounding the state, melting permafrost, flooding coastlines, and intensifying wildfires. Villages are disappearing, roads are buckling, transportation costs are sky high, and young people, they're leaving fast. Alaska isn't just fighting nature, it's fighting for its future. Number 2, Maryland. Maryland looks polished. Baltimore charm, DC suburbs, strong federal connections. But cracks are showing. Baltimore faces high poverty, rising crime, and broken schools. The cost of living is skyrocketing, while wages remain flat. Affordable housing is vanishing. Long commutes are the new norm. Maryland relies heavily on federal jobs. But if DC slows down or cuts back, the shockwaves will hit hard. Infrastructure is aging, and the population is either aging or leaving. Can Maryland bridge the gap between wealth and struggle? Or is a slow-motion collapse already underway? Number 3, Arizona. Endless sun, big sky, booming growth. But Arizona is in danger of overheating, literally and economically. The Colorado River, which supplies nearly 40% of the state's water, is running dry. Lake Mead and Lake Powell are hitting historic lows. Farmers are being cut off. Cities are growing too fast for their water supply. Phoenix just saw record-breaking heat waves, with days over 110 degrees becoming the norm. Housing prices are spiking, public services are struggling, and political gridlock is making real solutions harder to find. Arizona is still growing, but how much longer can it sustain the heat? Number 4, California. The Golden State still looks like a dream. Sunsets, startups, movie stars, but behind the scenes, California is cracking. Housing costs are out of control. Even six-figure incomes can't afford rent in many cities. Homelessness is at emergency levels. Wildfires, droughts, and water shortages are becoming the new normal. Power grids are unstable, insurance companies are abandoning counties, and despite its massive economy, California now faces a multi-billion-dollar deficit. The dream is fading, and without action, the fall could be brutal. Number 5, Pennsylvania steel towns. Rolling hills, blue-collar legacy. But Pennsylvania is stuck in the past and falling behind fast. Cities like Johnstown, Erie, and Wilkes-Barre have lost more than a quarter of their population. Manufacturing jobs are gone. Coal is dead. And the economic divide between rural and urban areas is growing wider by the day. Public infrastructure is crumbling. The opioid crisis is overwhelming. And young professionals, they're leaving, draining towns of their future lifeblood. Pittsburgh and Philly are trying to lead the way, but the rest of the state is still gasping for breath. Number 6, Louisiana. New Orleans jazz, Creole food, Southern charm. But Louisiana is in deep trouble. The poverty rate is among the highest in the US, and the coastline, it's literally disappearing. One football field every hour thanks to erosion and rising seas. Oil and gas once made the state rich, now they make it vulnerable. Education is failing, healthcare access is collapsing. Hurricanes keep coming, and insurance companies are pulling out. Without massive investment, Louisiana isn't just on the edge, it's on a ticking clock. Number 7, Kentucky. Rolling hills, coal country pride, tight-knit towns. But Eastern Kentucky is already in crisis. Coal jobs are vanishing, manufacturing is shrinking, hospitals are closing. Not temporarily, but permanently. Entire communities are being hollowed out. Add in one of the worst pension systems in the country, crumbling infrastructure, and a devastating opioid epidemic, and you've got a region that's barely holding on. Some towns are trying to reinvent themselves through tourism and tech, but it's not happening fast enough. Will Kentucky hold on, or will a generation be forced to abandon the only home they've ever known? Number 8, Connecticut. Quaint towns, Ivy League campuses, quiet wealth, but Connecticut is a state in quiet decline. It has one of the highest per capita debt loads in America. The pension obligations are dragging the budget down, and property taxes are forcing families out of homes they've owned for generations. Big corporations, GE, Alexion, have already left, and now so are young professionals. In cities like Hartford, the fiscal crisis is already real. And if another financial shock hits, like a banking collapse or insurance disruption, Connecticut may not have a second chance.
Number 9, New Jersey. New Jersey looks wealthy from the outside, close to NYC, high incomes, busy highways, but under the surface, the alarm bells are deafening. Public pensions are underfunded, debt is exploding, and taxes among the highest in the country. Over 70,000 residents left in just 1 year, and businesses are following them. The state depends heavily on commuters and corporate revenue, but when both start shrinking, services suffers. Schools, transit, emergency response. Right now, some towns are quietly cutting corners just to survive. Number 10. Illinois. Illinois says it's in recovery, but walk down the main street of any small town and it feels more like retreat. Storefronts are shuttered, pension systems are collapsing, and the state's $140 billion pension debt? That's not a statistic, it's a financial time bomb. Property taxes are some of the highest in the nation. Families are moving out, businesses are following, and when that happens, schools lose funding, neighborhoods empty out, and entire towns begin to unravel. Without serious reform, Illinois isn't just falling behind, it's running on borrowed time. These 10 states aren't just facing tough times, they're standing on the edge of collapse. From California's housing crisis to Alaska's shrinking oil checks, from Kentucky's job losses to Maryland's growing inequality, these aren't isolated problems. They're American problems. And the time to act is now. If this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button, like the video, share with someone who needs to see it. Because the first step toward change is understanding the risk. Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.